Nice. So what we have here is some code where we've got this thing called div. Whenever we see div, it means divide with no remainders. Example, if we did 5 div 2, it equals, so how many 2s are in 5? 2. No remainders. 10 div 2 equals 5. 11 div 2 also equals 5. How many 5s go into 10? So how many 2s go into 10? 5. No remainders. So whenever we see div, it means divide it but don't add any remainders. So we had 10 div 3. The answer is 3. Simple. So if we fill this truth table out, we've got first equals 0, last equals 16. Found equals false. Input, user input. So it tells us here, input 10. So that's going to be 10. We then have a loop. Whilst first is less than or equal to last. So is first less than last? Yes it is. It's 0. Last is 16. And found equals false. Is found equals false? Yes it is. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to work out our middle. To work out our middle, we take our first and our last. So 16 adds 0, which equals 16. We then divide it by 2, because that's what it tells us to do. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and that is our middle. It now does this if statement. If my data, so this list is called my data. So we go to the list. Notice it's got the square brackets. That means we need to go inside the position of middle. So 8 is our middle. We go to my data. We find 8 and we go inside of it. The number is 14. That's our number. So it's saying if 14, that's basically what this is saying. If 14 equals 10. That's what it's saying. Do they equal each other? No. So found stays as false. This does not run. That does not run. So we do the else. Is the user input, which is 10, less than my data middle, which is 14? Yes, it is. So because it is, we then, inside of last, which is here, take the middle, which is 8, and take away 1, which is 7. So last becomes 7. It then loops back to the top. We do these checks. Is first less than last? Yes it is. First is 0, last is 7, and is found equal false? Yes it is. So we need to work out the middle again. So what's first? First is 0. Add 7. 0 add 7 divided by 2 is 3. That is our new middle. If my data middle, remember the square brackets means go to the array, and whatever number is inside of that, go to the position. So in this case, it goes to position 3 of my data. So this is my data, we go to position 3, and inside of it, we've got 6. So does 6 equal the user input? Does it equal 10? No, it doesn't. Therefore, found is not true. If user input is less than my data middle, user input is 10, my data middle is 6. So it's not less than it. So we're going to do this one. We're going to take the middle, which is 3, and add 1 to it, which is now 4. And that's going to become our first. That's what this line is saying here. It then loops again. Is first less than or equal to last? Yes it is. Is found still false? Yes it is. So we're going to work out the middle again. So we take first, we take last. 11 divided by 2, 5. And that is our new middle. 5 is our new middle. Okay. If my data middle, so what is my data middle? We have to go inside my data. Oh look, it's 10. Does it equal the user input? Yes it does. What happens? Found becomes true. So I'm going to put a T for true. That means none of this will run because this is true. So when it loops again, is first less than or equal to last? No it's not. But found does not equal false anymore, it equals true. Therefore, it all stops. Because found has now become true. In order for us to keep looping, that needs to be true, and also that needs to be true, as in first needs to be less than last. But it's not. Found has become true because the my data middle equals the user input. That means this loop is over. We then output whatever is inside found. What's inside found? True. So we're going to put, we can do it on this line, true. In capital letters, just like that, because that is what's been put there. And that is it.